Hi guys, it's Chris with City Girl Homestead, and it's Make It Monday. How's it? Anyways, this week my extra videos are going to be Christmas in a jar, and it's going to be things that I'm making for my kids for Christmas. And I want to bring you along each day on the different things because I think some of them maybe you would like to make for your family. And you know, this year with it being, we've all had a rough go of it this year, I'll say it. Well, most of us anyway. And I think that if we can do something that's made with love and it's stuff that they can use, I think that's a great thing. And you know what? It saves them money and it's not that expensive to put together for yourselves. So during this season, I go through a lot of flour and sugar. I do know that. But other than that, you know, I mean, people can say whatever they want, but I think sometimes when you make something for your family, I think that it means something, you know? So today I'm going to make something that I think everybody uses once in a while. And we're going to make pizza dough. So I had to print labels out. I didn't have any fancy pretty ones. So it says pizza dough, 2 tablespoons of oil, and 1.25 cups of warm water. Now the reason that you want to make sure that warm water is in there, that's what activates the yeast. So I'm going to do mine just a little bit different so that I make sure everything gets mixed together. It calls for 3 cups of flour. So what I'm going to do is put in 2 cups to start out with in each one of these. So they might not be very long videos this week, but that's okay. They all want to stick there, huh? We all try to get to the magic 8 minutes. That's where we actually get paid. Anything less than that, we don't get paid on that. But that's okay. So that's why you'll see people stretch that video out to 8 minutes. And if you have oxygen absorbers in there, like I do, make sure you pull them out. Nobody wants to have that in their pizza. And there's 2. Love working with flour. I get it all over me. Alright, so now what I'm going to do is put the things that need to be added to it first. So I'm going to use a tablespoon of sugar in each one of them. And we're going to use 2 teaspoons of yeast. I don't have the instant yeast, but it'll still work. I figured this way, if you put it in the center here, then it's going to get mixed in better, I think, when they pour it out. And then we need a teaspoon of salt. From what I understand, salt helps the yeast to bloom and to, you know, to do what it needs to do. Alright, so now we need that 1/3 cup of flour. Boy, that fills those jars right up, doesn't it? And this should make 1 large pizza. So they're going to use the entire jar and make 1 large pizza with it. So now we need 3 lids. These aren't my 4-jar lids. These are just cheap ones that I bought. This way they're not all marked up with what I've previously canned or whatever. And you want to keep them on nice and tight. And if there's any dust on it or whatever, just go back through. Clean around the rims here a little bit. So it looks nice and pretty. This one's not going to get close to 8 minutes. So there we go. You can shake it up so it actually makes it. I think I'm going to do that with all 3 of them. Because then it looks a little bit smoother. Yeah, like that. How about that? Now they put it together and they would do it just like they would normally do a homemade pizza. You know, you put your sauce on there, cheese, and whatever you want to put on it. It wouldn't be anything different than that. And then bake it. It says to bake it on 375 for 20 to 25 minutes. So that's basically what we do for pizza anyway. So let me know in the comments what you think about, you know, the Christmas in a jar, and if it's something that you'd like to see more often. Because I got to thinking about it. You know, I buy all that mix from Walmart. And what if I just made up my own? I wonder if that would be good. I mean, it probably doesn't last as long as Walmart's does because they've got so many preservatives and stuff in it. But this one will not have that in there. And that's the one thing that I like about when you put something in a jar. That's something I like about when you can. You know what's going in those jars. Now, do we have control over what's in our, you know, in our ground for our vegetables and our fruits and stuff like that? No, we don't. So we can be putting stuff, you know, that's like, ugh. And who knows how our flowers are made. But what I'm saying about is when we do something like this, we know that it doesn't have all these preservatives in it that, or coloring or dyes or anything like that. It's just plain sugar, flour, you know, your salt. It's basically just plain stuff. And I think that that's nice to know that you have that for your family. So there we go. Pizza dough. How much easier can you get? Oil and water. There you go. So I hope you enjoyed today's video, and I'll be back tomorrow with another one. Have a blessed day. Be a blessing.